In this video, we're going to go over some time-saving tips for using MyFitnessPal and tracking your food. All right, so now you should be able to see my lovely little dog, Jim. So we're going to go over to MyFitnessPal and open up the app. So one way that you can save time is if you eat the same meal a lot of days of the week, you can actually save the ingredients as a meal. So what you would do is after you've tracked all the components of your meal, you can go over to the little three dots in the bottom right hand side under the calories for that meal. Click on those three dots and say save as meal. Now we're going to name this, and I'm going to call this oatmeal breakfast. We're going to hit done and then save on the top. Now my meal has been created. So if I go over to tomorrow, I hit add food in blue. And then at the top where it says all my meals, my recipes, my food, I'm going to go over to my meals. So there at the top, I have oatmeal breakfast that I just created. I'm going to hit the blue plus arrow, and at the top of the screen, the left arrow to go back to my diary. And I see that for tomorrow, everything has been added. So this is great if you have the same coffee every day, so coffee and creamer. If you have the same breakfast a lot of days of the week, or you have a staple of like three breakfast foods that you switch out from, saving those as meals. And then even if you decide you don't want to add brown sugar to your oatmeal, you could easily swipe to delete that ingredient. I can also come in and I can add strawberries if that was something that I wanted to add this day. And now I have strawberries added to my oatmeal. One time saving tip that's often overlooked and easily overlooked is when we click on add food, this list of history that comes up, you can actually sort this using this button to the right hand side under quick add that says most recent. This is listing your history, so the foods that you've eaten most recently. But if we're searching for a specific lunch food, I can filter by just lunch. I can filter all meals. So even if I decide to have breakfast or dinner, that would pop up. I can sort by most frequent. So if you're someone that eats a lot of the same things often, that might be a good one for you. Or A to Z or Z to A. So I'm going to hit on most frequent and select lunch. That's going to filter out the items that I usually have for lunch. Now I can easily find the common foods that I usually have and just hit the arrows or the plus buttons on the right hand side to just add those very quickly. Then I can come into my diary and I can adjust the amounts, the serving sizes as needed. All right, so the next tip I have is we're going to go into the diary, and I created this lunch of rice and chicken. Very boring, but very common. I'm going to hit these three dots on the right-hand side under the calorie amounts. Then I'm going to say copy to date because I've already packed my lunch for tomorrow. And so I'm going to select lunch tomorrow, which actually would be the Thursday. And it will now be copied over to tomorrow. So now when I eat my lunch tomorrow, it's already there for me. I don't have to track anything because I've done that all ahead of time. This is also really helpful if you know you have leftovers for dinner that you're going to eat for lunch the next day. You can easily say copy to a different meal. So you can change the meal on the left-hand side of where you want the food to be moved to. So this saves a lot of time and it saves a lot of effort for your tracking. So the last tip that I have for you is just really a simple concept. So instead of trying to keep up with your tracking throughout the day and constantly adding food as you're eating it or right before you eat it, take a second to plan your meals the night before or the morning of. So if you're looking at your diary the night before, you can easily say, well, I know that I'm going to eat my leftovers the leftovers that I have from dinner tonight, I'm going to eat those for lunch tomorrow. So let me just add that now. Let me just copy to date, move, copy and paste tonight's dinner to tomorrow's lunch. Boom, we're done. I have been having the same breakfast every day because I'm just hooked on it. So I'm going to copy and paste my oatmeal bowl to tomorrow's breakfast. And for dinner, I'm thinking I might have chicken and either pasta or rice. I'm not really sure. It depends on what I'm craving. So I'm actually just going to add all three. Then, when you actually are having dinner, you can decide which one you would rather have, rice or pasta, and then you could just delete the one that you didn't eat. So, this is just a time saving hack that keeps you on top of your tracking without it feeling like it's sucking a lot of time. And I hope these tips were helpful. If you have any tips, please share them with me so that I can share with everyone.